Hey guys, this is Nathan with the Blog Bank. Welcome back to our first video on writing your first content or creating better content for pages. If you're watching this on YouTube, feel free to subscribe and like this video, but also be sure to go check out theblogbank.com and take the free training course. These videos will also be in the expanded course, but for right now it's just in the free. So this is a free course starting from total scratch, not knowing anything about websites or making money online, to about $25 later having a full-blown website with keywords and a bunch of research done. So hopefully we'll get you guys rolling just like the way I started out, only though I didn't have someone telling me all this stuff straight out. I had to figure it out on my own, so that's why I'm doing this free course for you guys. So check it out, and thanks for watching. Alright, so on the previous step you learned how to set up pages, how to set up your menu, and a little bit about widgets and homepage and how these things work, setting up the basic of your theme. So now what we're going to get into is the real deal maker as far as making money online, is writing content. Biggest thing about writing content is do not stress about it. You just write with your flow, just go with it. The best way to start writing content is literally you could just look things up online about what you want to write about, read an article, and you can even just like rewrite what they talk about. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be like a sales letter. Try to stay away from recreating a sale. The last thing you want to be doing is writing articles constantly trying to sell stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and write out an article. We're going to do a first article. I'll write it out, and then I'll just let you guys go through and look at it, and I'll explain how I did everything. And then with the next post, I'll go in a little bit deeper with it, and I'll actually record me doing it. So with that said, all you got to do is click that tab, go back to your back page, and then this time instead of working in pages, we're going to be working in posts. So let's click on all posts. It's going to give you this little like hello world example post. You can delete it. I'm going to go ahead and delete it right now. Move to trash, apply, add new. So this is where your keywords come in. So your keywords, cache phrases, whatever you guys have been paying attention to so far, this is where they start coming in. So right now I'm going to go ahead and pull out my list, and we're going to write a article post about something that has to do with our niche. So you should have a list of anywhere from about 5 to 10 keywords. This is where we're going to use them right now. Real quick, since we're going to be talking about cache phrases, I want to jump back over to Jaxie really quick and just show you guys this. When you add a new keyword to a list, when you click it, and then you can add it to a list or create a new list. When you say close or whatever, there's going to be another button that says view list, and you click that. You come to this page and it'll give you your list of keywords or cache phrases that you've been looking up. And I just went and found a whole bunch of them for nickel free stuff. And what you can do is you can look for average traffic. You can organize it by how much traffic you want, what the QSR is, or you can organize it by SEO. So for starting out, if you have the pro account, which again I highly suggest you get this, just because you can do huge lists. Like look at this, I've got a bunch of lists with a bunch of different words, all kinds of traffic and everything that I can organize and keep track of. So I went ahead and switched to this to SEO, because just starting out, for the first couple blog posts you write, you want to have really high SEO, and you want to have above 50 monthly searches. So right here, allergic reaction to belt buckle, I want to use that one. And then we'll go down here. I'm going to say allergic to, we're going to have to put to in here because you want it to be a grammatically correct sentence. You don't want to have allergic fake jewelry. You want to have like an allergy or allergic to fake jewelry. You see what I mean? Just make it grammatically correct. And then you got to be careful when you add like simple words like that, just because it can change your stats dramatically. But for this case, it shouldn't do that, just because it's so small of a targeted cache phrase. And then let's go ahead and do, I'll just do these two for now, and then let's go ahead and jump back over and write our blog posts about them. So what you can do with that is you can select them, and you can move them around and stuff like that if you want, but I'll just leave them. So we'll go back over to our post. So I have 3 cache phrases that I went ahead and wrote down previously, and the 2 of them I just selected were 2 of them. So I'm gonna write my first article about the belt buckle, because that's the first time I ever found out about it. If you went back and saw my About Me page earlier, it was that's how I found out I was allergic to nickel. It was because of my belt buckle. So I'll just give them a little bit of a story, focusing on allergic reaction to belt buckle as my keyword. Oh, come on. Can't type right. So I want to go back and just double check this keyword, copy Jaxi keywords. Paste it in there. Actually, I just copied it, so I'll just add an S to that and then find keywords. And just we want to just make sure that it's okay, yeah, see, so changing it to belt buckles got rid of quite a bit. So we'll just leave it like this. And then for blog posts, I always do heading in H1, and the only time you ever use H1 is just for the time you're going to use your keyword. So right here we're going to say I'm actually going to make that same as that. Actually, no, I'm not. Yeah, I am. Can't make up my mind. Just play around with these. They can be the same. They can be a little different as long as you're using the same keyword, the same cache phrase right here. That's my cache phrase, and it's going to have an S on it, but since there's such little competition for this cache phrase alone, I will be able to rank with it even though there's an S on it. So I want to make that blue. Then you hit enter, and then from there out just start writing. I'm gonna go ahead and write this blog post. All I'm doing is just literally just typing off the top of my head, and then go back through, read it, make sure you're checking for spelling and grammar, and then we'll beef it up a little bit later. Okay, so what I did is I went ahead and wrote out this blog just about here's my cache phrase, allergic reaction to belt buckle. And then, of course, there's going to be an S, so belt buckles. I'm going to go ahead and scroll through this. If you're going to pause it and just read through it, or you can actually go to nickelfreeme.com and then go to this right here should be, I'm going to change this. Alright, so yeah, if you just go to the nickelfreeme.com and then just go to this link right here, or you could just go to blog and scroll all the way down the bottom, you can read through this and kind of see what I did. I'm just going to talk about it really quick. So if you notice, I only do like maybe 2-3 sentences a paragraph and then space it out. Like I said earlier in this training, you don't want to have a whole bunch of words all in one big block. You want to break it up so that it's easier for people to read, and it's lighter on their eyes. It's just more attractive to someone who's going to be reading a full article instead of reading just chunks of information at a time. You want to break it up. Always put some space in there, and then if you're changing your ideas or you're talking about something else in a little bit at a different angle in the main subject of the post, I always just put a little catchy header. I just do H4, and then I just make it a different color so that it breaks it up. It makes little things different for the eyes. It's just all about readability and fluid. You want people to be able to go through it and not have a hard time with it. So I just went through, read where I'd changed ideas, and I made a little heading. So if people are just coming through and they're just skimming, they can just skim through and see what I'm talking about for the most part. And then I even went in through a tip for these lines. If you want to do these lines, some of them will show up and some of them won't, but you just hit enter, and then right here, this little horizontal line, you can just click that and then it'll pop up. So that's this one right here. And then yeah, I went through it, and then at the end, you always want to do this. You always want to put this towards the end of every blog post. You don't have to say this exact same thing, but what you want is to get people to interact with you. If you enjoyed this, please comment below and let me know. You just want to have people interact with you, comment, sign up for your newsletter, and stuff like that. So with that said, throughout here, there's a couple links that I'm going to be going back and setting up. I'm going to show you how to set up a link right now. If you remember, we had the About Me page, so we can go back to here and then click on the About Me, and then this right here, just copy and paste this, or copy that, go back to your post, and then if you just highlight that word right there, and then you click this little link right here, that's a chain link. If you click that, you can put the URL right there, and then always click open link in a new tab. You don't want them leaving that page, especially if you're pointing them to a link that goes off of your website. You definitely want to have them open that in a new tab so that they stay on your website. So anytime you link something, just go ahead and click that right there, and then you just click add link, and now if someone clicks that, it's going to show you the website right here, and then if you publish it, when they click that, it'll open it up in a new tab up on top. So there's a couple other links we're going to be doing, and I'm going to show you how to do that later on. But for right now, I want you guys to go through, read this article, get an idea of just interacting with people, and just literally, I just typed it out just off the top of my head, just talking about my experience and what I did. That little testing that I did, it was actually me and one of my friends a couple years ago. I was trying to figure out a belt buckle because I kept having some more reactions, and he said that he heard gold doesn't do the same thing, so I borrowed his gold buckle, and I didn't have any problems with that other than the fact that it was just kind of like big and awkward. But yeah, it's just, you just give people your personal experiences, personal thoughts, just have it like it's a conversation, just conversational writing, and then put it into text and make it readable. So go ahead and do that. I want you to write out 3 blog posts using your 3 catchphrases that you wrote down. You want to have the first 3 kind of a little bit more broad, just to intro in to your blog and your website. So, and then I'm going to go ahead, I showed you how to add pictures. I'm going to add pictures to this, and then in the next video I'll show you the finished product, and we'll go on with a couple other things. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next video.